I feel like this topic is possibly simple or uh, easy to figure out, but when I first started doing FBA with books back in September of last year, actually September of 2014, because it's now 2016, I tiptoed into it really, and I wasn't sure if I was going to fully commit to it or if it was even going to work. And it took about 4 or 5 months before I started to become confident and feel that I could I could make consistent sales, and that this is something that I could really pursue because I was enjoying looking for books, but I still was figuring out which books to buy in order to send into Amazon. So I was not consistent with my shipments. I was erratically sending shipments in. Um, I don't even know if it was every month, every 3 weeks. It was really sporadic and very unplanned. But starting in about February, March of 2015, I decided to start at a minimum sending shipments in every 2 weeks, because based on other people that I was seeing online on YouTube and on Facebook, FBA groups and whatnot, that the numbers that they were getting in terms of uh, inventory was largely based on frequent shipments. And also that there was this idea, whether it's true or it's a myth, that the more frequently you send in shipments, the more sales you get. Almost as if it's, the newer items are, not all of the newer items or newer books and whatnot will sell immediately, but that they are new and there's a chance that some of them at least will sell within the first few weeks at least. So you boost your sales, give it a little jump start if it's slow, or clearly if you just want more sales. Because not all the books, if you send in 100, 200 books, maybe only 10, 20% of them will sell within the first month. And then the rest, 80% or so will sell over the next 3 to 6 months, or some of them even longer. I committed to sending shipments in at least every 2 weeks, and I've been doing that ever since, and it's worked really well. It's not brain surgery, it's not rocket science. It's every 2 weeks sending in shipments. I, at this point, try to have at least 100, which I can usually get to within 2 weeks, hopefully more than that. But as long as I'm sending those shipments in, so basically when a shipment finally gets delivered, which depending on where I'm sending it to, could take anywhere from 3 or 4 days to 7 or 8 days. Once all the items are received, then I'm already on my way to getting another shipment out the door, so that there's only a delay of a week or so or less of getting new items into the warehouse. Consistently sending in shipments. Now, it's going to be different for everybody. Maybe you get enough books to where you can send in shipments every week. I've heard people even doing shipments every few days, every 3 or 4 days, because they have so many books. I'm not to that point yet, but I do at least get 100+ books every 2 weeks at a minimum, so that I can get in about 200+ books every 4 weeks, but more like 200 to 400 depending on how big the shipment is. Sometimes I'll have 150, sometimes I'll have closer to 200, and so I can hit 3 to 400 new items that month or over those 4 weeks. But the only way I was able to grow my inventory was to consistently send stuff in and to continually get new sales. So I highly recommend in this new year, if you're not already doing it, and if you really want to jump into this and make more money and work towards the busier times like August and September and the holidays, you really want to set up a schedule and stick to it. So I'll do the same thing this year, and by the end of the year, hopefully I'll double, if not more than double my inventory and triple, quadruple my sales towards the end of the year. One of the most important things you want to remember though is keep booking.